Hello everybody, welcome to Indigo Tarot Odyssey. Right now we are all going to be focused in on what is coming in the spring. My head is already there. I'm already dancing in the flowers, walking in the park, having a good time, jacketless, gloveless, hatless, having fun. So what's coming in this spring, whether it has to do with school, education, work, love, family, whatever it is. I feel right now we need to cultivate optimism and have faith that we're walking into this unique path that is going to bring us all this abundance we're seeking. My goal each day when I wake up is, first to find the most calming state of mind possible where I'm just in the moment. I don't care what's happening later on today, or I'm not already into tomorrow. I'm just in that current moment, in that state, so I can relish it. That delicious cup of coffee, that fun conversation, 100% presence. And I feel like I'm constantly drawing on that energy, and because of that, I'm trying to make each moment special. Each reading I do, each interaction, it just adds an added dimension to that. So when we really do have our focus on the here and now, it enhances our coming spring, our upcoming, life, days, and abilities, associations, everything all together. So we have three choices. We have Messenger of Earth, we have High Priestess, and then we have the Sun. So I'm going to let you make your choice. And I love these cards. These are Colette Baron reads The Good Tarot. I love that. I love the art in it, the colors. There's this brilliance and specialness to all her decks, but this particular one is just gorgeous. Very, very rich. Okay. So we're going to start with number one, and it's time to get to work. I feel like whatever challenge you're currently faced with, let's really have kind of like this Capricornian earth energy that gives us courage, wisdom, and determination to play the long game for everything it's worth. That's what the Capricorn is all about. That's what these earth signs are all about. They're not flighty. They're not temporary. They're like, let's really dig in, take a deep breath, and allow for patience, allow for things to cultivate, allow for things to grow, because the majority of everybody I know has already planted seeds, what they want to happen in the spring, what they want to work towards and have come into their future. So we have to remember, where our headspace is, right? Where our heart space is. What do we really want? To identify that as well is very important. So let's see what sort of planet is going to be an influencer in your springtime. So Mercury, so communication is going to be really big with you. You're going to find the right words, the right thoughts that help you think in a collective type of outlook. How is everybody going to benefit from this? Also, you're going to be able to communicate beautifully whatever you want to say. And in those captivating type of phrases where people pay attention and it's impactful, right? You're going to have your information. I feel like you're going to really want to study, and learning things are going to be very interesting and fun and fulfilling for you, right? When we're really invested in something and we give it our full attention, it has the potential to stay with us for a very long time because it's something of interest to us. Therefore, when we convey this to others, they feel interested as well. You ever talk on a topic or something that you're not that interested in, you lose your train of thought because it's not something you're really interested in? But this is going to be you conveying messages that are important to your spirit, to your heart, and it's going to be really, really like other people. It's going to be contagious. They're going to be very excited because you're excited. So, this is the time to get your ideas out there. Other people are going to jump on the bandwagon and want to participate and also maybe fund you in a type of GoFundMe or a new endeavor. I feel like right now you're going to have a beautiful awareness of your vision, your long-term vision, things that you want to organize in terms of money, in terms of travel, in terms of school, studies, all of that. You're just going to be highly organized. I feel like you're going to communicate to other people when you are or are not available. You're not going to waste your time or squander any of your resources. You're going to be really richly invested in how you spend your time. Excuse me, I'm going to sneeze. Excuse me. Excuse me. This is something that I have to handle with care as well, because I sometimes get lost in revelry, and if I'm looking at artwork or cards, I get like just lost in the moment, and like hours can go by. Therefore, I like to start early in the morning and I get everything that's of import out of the way, so I'm not playing catch up in the evening. And I read this once before and this has really worked for me. Do your least favorite thing first thing and get it off the agenda. You'll feel like a superhero for the rest of the day. It will not be on your mind. Say you have a conference call or you have a difficult call or conversation with somebody, you have to ask for a raise, whatever it is, something that's just weighing on you, do that first thing, and then everything else seems like a cakewalk, and you've been like, wow, I really cleared the deck. If I can do this, I can do anything. Now, another thing is your narrative. You want to have a great running narrative of how things are going to turn out. Again, that inner dialogue. Talk yourself into all this positivity. This is going to work out beautifully. I have all the information I need. I'm going to be able to communicate this clearly. Again, practice if you have to practice out loud in your car. Listen to really good things on YouTube that help you back up and affirm your mission, that make you feel directed the right way and strengthened, and things that look into the future with positivity and vibrancy, right? I never watch news or things that are catastrophic or things like that right before I'm trying to do something that keeps my vibration up. Good music. Reggae just does it for me. I feel like Ian made me laugh in the park so hard today. He goes, yeah. He's like, I don't know why everybody doesn't listen to reggae. All those dudes are talking about as good sex and getting high. He's like, that's not depressing by any means. And it made me laugh so hard because it really is. It's about sunshine and happiness and all of this stuff, and it just makes you feel good. So good music, and give yourself time to wonder at the big epic picture of things. It creates a vast perspective, and then we realize sometimes how myopic some of our visions or other people's are. When we really think of the grand scale of things, our perception will change. So you are going to be able to communicate like an absolute wizard. So again, don't be shy about that. And I want to just pull out some, here we go. Here's some of your other goodies. Fortune. I feel like things are turning in your favor. Good fortune is starting to work for you. You're going to be able to manifest and use the law of attraction in your favor. I do this all the time. If there's something that I need to come back and re-enter my life, whether it's like greater abundance monetarily, to pay bills, whether it's focus on a project I'm doing to give me see-through, be able to see it through with concentration and professionalism. I start to concentrate on that. I ask for it, and then I have a healthy release, and it comes in, and you're going to be able to harness that power and have this good fortune in that regard, which is important. Yay, you also have, look, the sun. I love this. This is saying that you're going to feel the warmth, love, and compassion of everybody around you, the support. You're going to feel like you are running a tight ship because you're listening to yourself. You're listening to your gut, your instincts, your higher vibrational self, your soul self, as opposed to your ego self. And the ego is never satisfied. And the ego wants more. And the ego will always talk down to you and be dismissive of you, where your soul is like, you are trying. That's what's important. You are making headway, regardless of how small. It doesn't have to be huge leaps and bounds. The fact that you're even conceptualizing something, you're opening up a path to try to discover that, and, kind of having a new evaluation on what you're capable of. And you're realizing that there really is no cap on that. It is endless. Every opportunity is available to us as soon as we realize that. And then we have access to this kind of internal power that's amazing. And again, the way you're going to be able to communicate is going to be off the charts. I also feel like, you're going to be very enduring and accomplished in these spring months. Like you're going to pin down something, have a down earth attitude around it. You're going to get prepared. You're going to show this majestic confidence that's going to blow other people away, and you're going to sail through it beautifully. And you're going to have what you've been wanting to have for a long time, because you just realize there's no reason you can't have this. And that's really beautiful energy. Gorgeous group one. I love that for you. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Don't forget to press like and subscribe, and all my links are down below. Yeah, every once in a while, it's just that new perspective of course I can have this. No, this is how I'm going to go about it. And boom, off you go. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. So love and light to you guys. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Don't forget to press like and subscribe, and all my links are down below. If you guys want to go to Etsy store and pre-order your Stonehenge supercharged amulets that I'm bringing with me, and I'm filming it and showing the ritual, and you all get your own name tag on it, and I'll be doing everything on film and camera for you. It's going to be so awesome. So go check out all the goodies that are down there if you need a private read, anything. I just feel like you guys are marching into spring at the head of the column, ready to win, Really beautiful energy. So now we're on to number 2, which is High Priestess. Now right away, I feel like if you chose this, you're ready to voyage into this new heightened enlightenment. You're really enthusiastic about being more independent. You're having a happy-go-lucky attitude. You're ready for adventure. You're going to be experimental in all kinds of things that bring new variations into your life. So you're definitely not going to feel like anything is monotonous or mundane. It's really going to have all this splendid new risk-taking kind of culture to it where you're feeling really good and happy. And I feel it's going to be very comforting that you realize you don't get hurt. You don't get hurt and harmed every time you go and you try something new. In fact, it really invigorates your life. It adds a lot of beauty and magic to it, a lot of allowing, because we always say we want A, B, and C, but if we don't allow for it by taking step towards it and welcoming it, it often will not come to us. So this is knowing that you're opening the door for that. And I also feel like your imagination is going to be on fire for new personal campaigns of what you want to do, what you want to succeed at, your own channel, your own book, writing lyrics, doing things like that, opening businesses, and really having these side hustles. I feel like so many of you are creative, and now it's like you're going to do it in a really loving, playful, warm, overt manner that makes things happen because you're not playing anymore. You want to win. So let's see what planets are affecting you right now. So we have Neptune's dreams. Beautiful. Your imagination's going to be on fire. Certain memories are going to spark new endeavors for you. It's about the subconscious, self-sacrifice, ideals, universal love, visions, meditation, spirituality, all of that. And I feel like this beautiful enchanted stage is going to come in, that that there is magic everywhere, and there's all this gorgeous spiritual family all around you whenever you tap into it. If you go on any social media these days, they have all these beautiful co-conspirators and spirituality out there that are so wonderful. And I get lost in these, and I talk to people for hours on them. It's a lot of people that they've been on expansive journeys, and they've learned a lot, and they've seen a lot, and they know all the depth and magic that's available to us when we just tap into it. That's one of the first things I do in the morning. I go on one of these spiritual chat channels or YouTube or something, and I listen to people that inspire me and bring my vibration up. Your vibration is going to be huge with you. You're going to be very, very closing, very, very new. Thank you to anything that's low vibrational, gossipy, whiny people, things like that, overindulgences, people that are very self-involved. You're just not going to have time for that because you're really into this beautiful, expansive, innovative, unique kind of liberating energy. It's going to feel electric, and it's going to be more group orientated. So you're going to want to jump in and have great conversations with people. Very edgy, cool people are out there, and you're going to be, hooking up with them and talking to them and having great dialogue. And, I always feel like that's the thing we get too in our own heads, and we miss out on things. Humor. Yeah, you're going to have a bunch of humorous, awesome communications with people, communion with like-spirited people, communion with spirit, which is always lighter, brighter, and sometimes a little, frivolity is fun, good music, laughter, dance, rituals, things of that nature, where you're realizing, why am I taking everything so seriously? When we get in our own head, I think people are only dragged down by the ego and how do I appear, and do people like me, and am I important, and how many likes, and blah, 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 all that kind of garbage. It doesn't really matter. When you're truly happy in what you're doing and you're coasting along beautifully in the joy that is just life, like the art that's around you, the imagery, your animals, your family, good food, all the beautiful things that feel like mass abundance when we allow it to feel like that, right? What the hell are we actually chasing? Sometimes I look at people, I like to stay out of materialistic type of environments like malls and big places like that, consumerism. People act very different and strange there. Have you ever been shopping at a rack where somebody almost just elbows you out of the way because they're so busy trying to acquire things that people become invisible to them? Like, that scares me. Or people are spraying perfume all over you as you walk by them because, like, in this kind of gluttonous frenzy of buying things, because there's a lot of things involved in that tap into people for consumerism, right? It's urgency, but also fear of separating from money, spending too much. So it's this frenzied kind of energy that I try to stay away from. And this is more of where you're hanging out too, communing in nature, watching people that give you light, love, and humor. I saw this terrific video of this guy that was singing Living on a Prayer on his bench out. I don't know where it was, but he was singing it so loud, it was making him so happy that it was contagious. The people next to him started singing, then the people next to them started singing. The whole entire park was singing on a prayer. And if you go on one of my stories on Instagram, Sparkrist11, I have it on there because it was so beautiful and so amazing. That's the stuff that matters, the human spirit connecting and loving music, right? The sun, whatever it is. That's why I love the beach and you see people just laying around, reading their books, chatting. It's so lovely. That's the energy you're going to be tapped into. And you're going to be feeling really good about life, and it's going to seem lighter, and you're going to be bringing in love. And I also feel like it's very healing, passion to serve others by repairing your mind, body, and spirit. And then you're going to help to transform pain into healing as well. And you're going to have a lot of passion for doing and creating new things in your life and new people, a lot of artistry, a lot of self-expression as well, group 2. So I love that energy for you. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Don't forget to press like and subscribe, and all my links are down below. If you want to ask any more questions about my private Stonehenge readings, I leave in 2 weeks, and you don't know anything about that yet, you can email me. I think I have maybe 1 or 2 spots depending. I'm going to go over and see what's going on, but I'm so excited for this. It's going to be amazing. Everything else, regular private reads, my Etsy store. I have all my handcrafted jewelry in there. Everything's in there. I love that energy. Yeah, it's really tapping into what matters and helps you move gracefully through tough times, right back into the easeful, abundant times. You're just really going to have all this great application to make yourselves and others around you feel really good, group 2. So I love that energy for you. So now we're on to the sun. So right away, I feel if you chose this, you're ready for the sun to come out. You are a warmer weather person. You probably like the spring and the summer. I love feeling the sun on my face and my back and my arms when I'm riding my bike. It's so lovely. I miss that in the winter. It's like every season has its beauty, but spring and summer definitely have some amazing stuff in there. So let's see what planetary energy is going to affect you. So Pluto, your transformation energy right now, it's going to be a real sense of renewal. I feel like spring does that. All the flowers come through, all the beauty and the magic that's out there. You're really going to have great inner resources, which means your soul is going to constantly feel replenished because you're feeding it the right nutrients. You're feeding it humor, you're feeding it music, you're feeding it beautiful information that's positive, affirmations, things like that. I never watch the news and murder shows and all that stuff that freak me out and bring me down and make me question what the hell is happening in the world continually. I'm tapped into what's going on because I'm also a realist, but I need that light and beauty and creativity all around to feel like I'm restructuring my inner resources with strength and love. You're also going to have these beautiful instinctual nudges that get you in the right direction, that lead you towards, that help you avoid the catastrophe and bring you into the treasures, the things that are going to make you feel abundant and actually create monetary upswing in your life as well. I feel too that it's one of these things where love is going to be really, really intense right now because it's one of those things where we're just doing a clearance. People, places, and things that don't work. Goodbye, sayonara, sorry. I don't need to be dragged down, distracted, and feel lesser than by all of these vibrations. And that's what they do. They attach to the ego, and they say, you're not enough. You should also be doing this more, more, more. It's like a drill sergeant where you're already exhausted. The ego just keeps going and wants more. You could have written a novel that was Stephen King level awesome, and your ego would still say, oh, well, it should, everything. It would be like, you need to do more. Oh, this chapter isn't good. Oh, you need to write a sequel, blah, 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 blah. The ego is always breathing down your neck to do more. And that's what happens is we push beyond a point where we should be pushed. That's why people get exhausted, people get short-tempered. And also the ego is always wanting you to prove yourself. I've reached a lovely point where I feel like I don't have to prove myself to anybody. If anybody questions me anything, within whatever, your kids or whatever, I'm like, listen, I do what I do for a reason. If you don't like it, that's just too bad. You know what I mean? You have to reach a point in that in your life where you're no longer people pleasing. When you know you're coming from a place of soul and goodness and you want what's best and it's honest and it's authentic, you don't really care anymore what other people think or how they judge you or if they want more. And then if they do, you have a very clear vision of entitlement, and then you just close the door on that. You're like, no, thank you. People that feel entitled to your time or resources, that's where you got to set up your boundaries and say, listen, I work very hard for what I have and my time is valuable and I'm not going to sit around and waste it. So goodbye. Yeah, you'll really reach that stage this spring where you're transforming into, I'm not going to waste any of my time. So, I love this salvation. I always feel like this is mental salvation right here. Oh, I love this. So let's pull 3 of these. Reverence, adaptability. This is extraordinarily helpful in any regard, adaptability. If you're in a social setting and you just adapt, whatever everybody's doing, if it makes you feel uncomfortable. I always like to remind myself and my clients that we don't have to be the center of interest. We don't have to be the life of the party. It also takes observers and an ear, right? People want somebody that they can talk to when they feel uncomfortable, where we adapt to whatever environment. Again, we don't have to stand out, nor do we have to be a wallflower. We can adapt in a really, first we assess what's going on, and then 2, we adapt to whatever. Fallow season when there's not as much abundance around, into the real rich seasons when we can have whatever we want. And we all go through that, the peaks and valleys of money, attention, all of that. We adapt to it. Who would want constant attention, right? And if we had constant abundance and attention, we then wouldn't relish it when it came in freshly, right? We have to have those things. Also reverence to the world, reverence to the beauty and the magic that's all around us, having gratitude for it. That's what I feel. Reverence and gratitude go hand in hand. Wow, thank you for all the beauty, magic, and abundance that around. I'm always in awe of spring when flowers bloom and, you start to see all the leaves on the tree again and the sky is just a little bit brighter. It's wonderful, right? And salvation, I feel like you are going to be your own salvation by recognizing the fact that when we have great inner dialogue, we talk to ourselves in a loving, calming, beneficial way, we feel good. We feel like light and like we have resilience and things aren't too much of a challenge. I just feel like everything is going to be like a fun adventure for you. And a lot of you guys are going to seek higher education at this time. Your faith and belief in everything, the world, your relatives, all your spiritual quests are going to be really on an all-time high right now, and you're going to aspire to be your best person because again, you're seeing what really matters, and things that used to irritate, puzzle, or mystify you aren't around anymore because you're not complicating things and you're not looking for contradictions and clashes. You're looking for things that jibe, meld, mold with you, and you're going to be really educated in very quickly what goes and flows with you and also what goes against you and creates friction, and you're going to release that. You're going to have a really self-aware life force right now. Like, what am I feeding nutrient-wise, information-wise into my body, mind, and soul that's helping it feel great and galvanized and happy and energized? And that's what's going to help you shine. You're only looking for the shiny, happy people. Self-sufficiency is going to play a huge role. You know that you can push forward and do whatever you want and be successful, and you're going to be able to do that beautifully, and you're going to win. You're going to win on an epic scale. This group, I almost feel like crying because I see some of you guys that are trying for children. They're coming. Some of you guys waiting for your soulmates. They're coming. You guys waiting for your dream job or to be self-employed. That's coming. So just walk into this golden light in that state of appreciation and love that is available to you at the change of a thought, right? It's here. It's available. Ta-da! I'm excited, and you adapt to that energy and say, I'm worth it. I am a high value person, and now my ships are coming in and I deserve it. So beautiful energy. I love that for you, group 2. I love these colors together, these greens and yellows. Ooh, baby, love those colors. So if you're new to my channel, welcome. Don't forget to press like and subscribe, and all my links are down below if you need a private read, if you want to ask about Stonehenge or any of the crystals that I'm supercharging and bringing there, anything. Come see me on Instagram at Sparquist11. I love when people just DM me. I can speed read through all that, get to all the information. Come over there. I do daily posts and memes and contests. I'm going to be running all kinds of contests over the next couple months. I love it. I started it in January. Now I'm going to start picking up again now that, you know, I'm getting ahead. I had to organize a lot of stuff for this England trip, but now that everything's in place, I'll have more time. So love and light to you guys. I'm very excited. Woohoo!